Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tech Issues with Victoria 3. Not that yesterday's hotfix killed shit. Ruben is here.
Hello.
Zeb is here.
Hello.
Agonia is here.
Hey.
I'm here, but Vicky 3 isn't here, so maybe we are not even going to get to play Vicky 3 today because fucking hell, it doesn't work.
I think you give up way too soon. This is not anywhere near as big of problems that we've had in the past. And
I know. It's just, you know what? It's just too warm the whole day. I'm tired, and I'm just like, why is it doing bullshit now?
And we had a week of storms that have hopefully ended our drought.
Oh,
Yay!
We could have had a storm, but we're living between two parts of a river, and so they don't reach us. Oh yeah, two rivers. Yeah. So they don't reach us.
They came in.
They came. We heard the thunder rolling, and then it turned around and left.
Yeah, but like
we've had like lightning and thunder, and it was quite cool. You could see it was like 4 a.m., but you could see like the lightning flashing my bedroom.
Yeah, I feel like it will still
storm.
It will still come here, but yeah.
Something popped up when you loaded the game. Was everything alright?
Yeah, it's just because it has to update from an earlier patch version.
Okay. So
that was never a problem.
Were you? Wait, did you not update until recently? Well, did you update today?
Yeah. Well, days ago.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Okay.
I am on the newest version. Don't worry about that.
Well, I didn't want to not worry about it and then have it turn out that we were on different versions after trying to join for forever.
I'm like pretty thorough in updating stuff. Oh well.
Oh yeah, so you were saying you've been up since like 7? Was it? Or you had to work since 7 or something like that?
Actually, I've been up since like 6 a.m.
Oh,
so I've been up for 12 hours already.
Oh, fun! And you only just had lunch 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I did. I had a late dinner last night too, so it's fine.
Did you at least get breakfast or just?
I had a bagel. I had a bagel with butter on it. Yeah.
Oh. Did you catch anyone else cheating this time, or are you just mostly doing like tutorials?
It's interesting that you mentioned that because this whole week has gone without incident.
I'm in.
Oh, that's
okay.
Today though.
Oh.
During the first exam period,
You're
kid
not
had
shown yet.
2 flashcards. A kid had 2 flashcards of like answers and notes that he was like messing with between his legs and tried to hide it under his leg. So I had to have him stand up so I could grab them. And and the other thing, because I'm proctoring final exams, I had to proctor 2 more tests for this exact same kid in the same day after I caught him cheating.
Oh, did he cheat again?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad. And it's only 1 this time. It's not like a whole big issue. What was it? Wasn't it this girl who like brought her parents all in and stuff like that, or he got suspended? I just mixing things up.
You're making some stuff up from real information.
I can't remember. It was a while ago.
Essentially, there were a couple incidents. One of them was a girl whose parents were skeptical. No, there was a girl who was about to cry. There was a guy who lost a potential position for next year. supposedly lost a potential position for next year, and his parents tried to complain, and he tried to talk me into undoing everything I said.
Mhm.
But anyways, this kid today was it's just it's disappointing.
Mhm.
Not much else to it.
Yeah. They could have at least put some effort in it. The classic piece of flashcard, bit of card, or a bit of paper. Come on, you could get those glasses with the displays in them. You can get earpieces. You've got bone conduction earphones, or
we very specifically know how. We have stuff to spot and get rid of that issue, and also our solid rules are when you're taking your exams, the only things that are allowed on your desk is your test, a couple pencils or pens, one or two, and then a calculator if you need one. And then otherwise you can have a water bottle at your side.
Could have used the calculator. He could have got in, disassembled it, changed the screen, and put in a Raspberry. I don't know, something that could store a bit more information than a usual bog standard calculator.
We would see that, and also these kids are not that smart. And don't you dare say that you knew how to do that when you were a kid, because these kids are not that smart. I'm telling you,
I did know one who could have done that.
These days are dumber than we were when we were their age.
Are you sure?
And I am not underestimating them. There are standouts, but the masses, no. The U.S. is having a problem with education. I've been talking about this for months. Well, years now, actually.
Oh, was it? I think there was a release by the head of MIT sort of complaining about how education standards have essentially just dropped in the US, and also you got the whole aspect of politicization of education.
That's good.
Everybody's skint as well.
So we can't.
Everybody's in. I thought you said skint. Sorry.
Everyone said. Oh yeah, everyone is skinned. Everyone is.
They're just screaming.
No, skint. SKINT.
Well, that makes it less macabrely funny.
It means poor, but
I mean that's true. That's just true. That's just true. It's not funny. Imagine if everyone was just skinned, hanging from a few from the ceiling and just screaming.
Yeah. Don't give them ideas.
Doctor Who already did.
Oh,
so,
God.
Are we going to start?
I'm ready to go.
I guess.
I'm ready.
Oh, I hope. Well, my brain was so dumb because you said we're ready to start, and I was almost clicking on ending stream button to start the game.
No.
Wonderful. What else? You had one job. The brain cell has one job to do. You gotta do it.
That's one too many.
Oh, one too many brain cells.
No, one too many jobs for the brain cell.
Oh.
You know what? That's true.
The heat. It's been colder, at least for us today, 20 odd, but it did hit about 30, 32, 34 a day or two ago, which was not fun. At least work is AC, but most houses don't, so that kind of sucks. Just keep you at work long enough. Oh. Yeah, so you're saying for some reason kids these days are dumb for some reason, or that's what you.
There's a lack. So there's a lack of critical thinking skills, and there's a lack of just even literacy, as in the capacity to read, and as well as a couple of other problems.
Always been a problem.
So in the U.S., it used to be that that like people could read words on a screen or on a book, there's a lot of people and kids these days who can't. They don't know how to read. I'm not joking. Like literally, like they do not know how to read letters and words beyond like the most basic thing of like, oh, that's a stop sign, and it's not them reading, it's them memorizing what things are.
Yeah.
Was it not a combination of there was a switch in the education approach to more memorize? Oh, sorry, it was more trying to derive from the context. Plus, also you had COVID, which just disrupts everything.
The core problem originated a lot of this is the No Child Left Behind policy, which is it is one of the worst things that's happened to American education, and essentially what it has done is it created a situation in which essentially kids were getting passed up a grade level when they did not meet the education requirements for it.
Oh, so it just basically brought down the requirements in sort of like a grade inflation way.
Kind of. That's essentially what happened. There's parts of it that's worse. There's parts of it that's not as bad. But for the most part, that is what happened with the grades.
I mean, again, this is just like me talking from like personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even when I went to school, holy shit, people could just not really read. Like this wasn't like where I would say
kids, and we were all
no,
kids,
those were teenagers,
so
like almost before they like had their final exams and shit. Like that's what the last years. This is like genuinely what genuinely happened in like 11th class. We have 12. Like English class was quite literally, oh hey, we have this book with short stories, and we all need to read them. So we just also to a degree read through them in the in class and talk about it and stuff like that. And then our teacher just realized the majority of class was unable to just read straight from a book, just directly from a book, and also like in a coherent way, or they, and also but most people had like just genuine grammar problems. And this led to the fact that I basically did not have English class during 11th class because
Great, I mean.
no, I didn't have English class
In the 11th grade.
in 11th grade. Yeah.
You said class 2 times.
Yeah, I'm tired.
well, you could be
In the 11th
class
grade.
11, or you could be year 11.
Yeah,
okay.
anyway, the thing is
Different
more
rules,
like,
yeah.
the point was she was basically, hey, all the ones that are good, you're free. You just need to like read the book and there's like writing essays on it. It's the same as the same as we do in German class. You will be fine, and we were fine. The rest of the class, quite literally, had to go through the basics again. So I didn't have English class during 11th grade, basically because, yeah, it wasn't like that happened.
Fun. It existed. It was a
It
thing.
happened.
No, would you ever go back to like, I don't know, college or school? I don't know, do a course or something like that? I
Okay.
don't know, just something. I don't know, to do something you're interested in, or just like.
Look, while I'm like, studying at university, that's one thing. And I will just point out, I have zero beef or problems with my last school. Like the last high school I went to. Fantastic place, generally, like I don't know should I put it in the best way. I still have nightmares about going to school, so no, I wouldn't want to go back to school. No.
I mean, it's not like school, like
Continuing
did you
education.
go to university?
essentially.
Like
Yeah.
higher education. Like did you? Did you
yeah,
go to
I mean-
university?
University, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just that basically, but now or in the future, I don't know. I mean, like my mom did a couple degrees as well.
I
So
kind of
don't
think
know.
about it, getting basically a politics thing out of the way, because that's the one thing I kind of thought about studying, because
Okay, like political science or
yes, to become
Okay.
extra obnoxious, just ultimate.
I guess you could meet like-minded individuals. You could.
Oh, totally.
In the U.S., technically, you could actually do that for free because what you'd essentially do is you'd go and audit a class, which means that you get to sit in there and you don't. The only thing that you get the education, you just don't get the degree.
Though I think with the
Yeah.
would you still be eligible for free higher education? No, I don't know the German higher education
It's just
funding
generally
system.
free here, so
Okay, yeah,
be.
then you probably should be. Yeah,
yeah.
I think you also can get some money as part of like a stipend and stuff like that.
I don't
as
know
well.
if I can get that still, but need to
Okay.
just look into it.
Yeah. Mike
Again.
comes back and is goes on the full political Marxist rant.
Oh, you know what? Unironically, Agonia tells me I should just study it and become a politician. She's generally telling me that.
There's the amount of politicians that literally were like, oh, you know how there's like student political societies and stuff like that? Like different parties will have societies, clubs, basically at like different universities and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
Most politicians get in that way, at least in the UK, which is not.
I don't know
best
how it is
system,
here,
but-
but yeah. I mean, in the end, it's one of those. I don't know. Maybe I should strive becoming the mayor of Hamburg.
It'd be fun, you'd think.
Oh,
Maybe.
I text the companies. I built more rail. I finally built the trams again. It's gonna be great.
Oh, did they cancel? I thought they were expanding the trams. I
We don't have trams
know
anymore.
Oh,
The subways are getting expanded still.
Well, at least you got a subway. We've got like fuck all
Oh
here.
yeah, that's gonna be okay. Okay, do you want to guess when it's supposed to be mostly done?
2035.
Yeah, 2036.
Okay, that's
By the way, I think I heard that the Hamburg subway made it into a TV show.
did it. Oh,
I mean, they use it in a bunch already.
For a limited season, it was a limited series that was I think it was Idris Elba. What was it? Remember the show where basically Idris Elba is on a plane and there's hijackers? Plane headed to London, I think.
No.
Let me find the show.
Like, the thing is, it doesn't surprise me. Some of the new U4 stations are like...
Hijack.
Hmm?
It's called Hijack.
I have Hawaii.
Oh, you have Hawaii.
It's on Apple TV.
Yeah, no one knows it. Cool, you have Hawaii. Why?
I kind of bought and cooked
there
them.
were some really cool pictures from the tube where.
the
So, where the British Army was doing like military exercises, but they did it all in like one of the maintenance like sections of the tube. Like in London. It was really cool. You got really like pictures, and it was quite cool. So it was on the BBC News. Oh, it was trying. Oh, Wargate. No, this is it. Yeah, I'll just put it in the group chat. But it is quite funny to see, like, the subway stations, and then you've got red lights, and you've got. I guess more to test about.
I mean,
I mean, the subway, if you're doing like military bases and it's all underground, that's kind of where you'd want to do military bases, to be honest. But it's quite cool. At least the photos.
No, it's in Berlin.
Was it? They used the Berlin one.
I just double-checked it's in the Berlin subway.
It's Berlin.
I was thinking that it was in Hamburg.
Yeah, Berlin is like very, very used a lot because they just have like a fucking gigantic one. So not surprising. Also not surprising considering Berlin Metro is a bunker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of the places were back in the 1920s, or I know some of the places. Like I remember we visited one of the stations in the Berlin subway. It was really quite old, but really quite cool.
Hmm?
Like you could see all the riveted girders and stuff. I can't remember where it was in Berlin, but
Oh, I don't know. I've been into one of those. There was like a tour we took on like a class trip. No, it wasn't. Well, it was politics class trips. Because they like showed all the old bunker systems they had in Berlin, and it's kind of interesting how much of a coin flip that could be. Because some bunkers they had during the Cold War were just basically very like retrofitted air bunkers from World War II. So they were just like, oh yeah, we just have like a new air filter pump in here, and that's that. So and how's that air filter pump? Oh, hand cranked. What do you mean hand cranked? Oh, it's just hand cranked. How long? You just need to keep hand cranking it. And then you're like, okay, but what about how can people survive then? And then do you want to know what the
people are allowed to survive?
Oh yeah. You know what the actual plans were for Berlin, like for the Berlin, and I need to specify the West Berlin bunkers. What was the general plan on how would what would happen if the bombs drop?
they'd all die, probably. I'm guessing.
No. There are bunkers in West Berlin. But you need to keep in mind, the idea is people get into the bunkers.
Was it the subway tubes, or they were using that as like
again,
sort of
I said there were old bunkers. There were new bunkers in the subway tunnels. There were old retrofitted air raid bunkers from World War II. But now, people go into those bunkers. The bombs drop. What was the next step in the plan?
No clue. Seal them off from the Russians invading, crossing the Berlin Wall. I don't know.
Sepp, do you have a guess? What was the next step in the plan?
Dig them out.
No. Agonia, do you have an idea what was the next step in the plan?
No, and I don't care.
I'm assuming there probably wasn't much of a plan at all.
Oh, there was a plan, and it involved that the Bundeswehr, it's coming over with trucks and buses, and then just carrying all the surviving citizens to safety.
Sure.
Yeah, you notice immediately the logistical problem, right?
In the middle of East Germany.
Yep. So, quite literally, there was an amendment to be like, yeah, the East Germans will probably just help the West Germans because, they're still Germans, so when the bombs drop, that wouldn't be too bad. I'm like, what? Yeah, because that's the thing. The official thing was quite literally, yeah, we need to say we are coming to help you and bring you to safety. To just save face. But technically everyone was like, yeah, when the bombs drop, this is more a case of you survive, and then probably East Germany or the Soviets will just take you in or something, depending on how the war continues. Who knows? If there is even anyone left, Meaning...
Some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yes, exactly that. I mean, look, in some cases, I'm not blaming them. Like, how the fuck do you plan for, like, a literal exclave kilometers behind enemy lines that is surrounded by a wall? And then you need to be like, okay, how do we save these people in case of nuclear Armageddon?
That's the fun thing, you don't.
Truth be told, on both East and West, there was like, okay, in East Germany it was actually even funnier, because like in West Germany and generally in the West, when people were tasked with, can you come up with a solution? They basically came up with solutions, everyone looked at them and were like, that sounds wrong? And they're like, yeah. What do you want us to plan around? We are talking about plans in the aftermath of nuclear Armageddon. The only real things they could think of were build, shelters in the subways, like as best as they can, and equip it, and prep them for as much long-term staying in there as you could, or what? Like, you didn't even know who would win.
I mean, it's essentially like, oh, hey, people are alive. Good. That's the best that could ever be hoped for.
Yeah.
Literally. Not like lip service best. That is no. We expected everyone to be dead.
Like, from what I know, there were like even discussions about that between East and West Germany, and basically they just came to the conclusion of like, whoever is there first will just do their best. Period. That's it. If there is anyone even. And like, again, can you blame them?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can always blame everybody.
Yeah,
That's fair. Hey, I mean, no one. I mean, that's the thing. You had to plan for nuclear Armageddon anyway, and then everyone was still thinking that nuclear Armageddon might only happen at the end of a conventional war, even. But nowadays we know that. Wow, the Fulda Gap would have been such a disaster for the Soviets. Holy shit. Like.
The Soviets. Sorry.
Oh yeah. The
Well, it'd
Fulda
just be a
Gap.
disaster for everybody.
I mean, it would be, but like, let me put it like this: if the Soviets, if there was ever an attack from the east to the west through the Fulda Gap, lol, LMAO, like, I mean, what can I say but Ukraine?
Would it be as bad as Hostomel? Like the airport north of Kyiv? Where the VDV, like, landed in helicopters.
Oh, probably would be.
You know the photo where they've got the Russian soldiers in that get stuck in the elevator? That's from Hostomel, I think?
Yeah, there was something. It would not go well, is what I'm saying.
And also the Soviets were more competent than the current Russian.
Oh, true, but
bullshit.
true, but like their main equipment and vehicles, they still are not that good. Like, I'm sorry, a T-72 is like still a T-72, and they're currently getting destroyed by Leopard 1s. Where everyone
Did you
says,
see, so like the flat towers in Berlin? From back in World War II? The concrete,
the
like,
flak
flat towers. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, did you see the Russians building them around Moscow? Well, not concrete.
You know what? I get it. That's like genuinely the best way to deal with drones. I know.
Oh yeah, it is. It's not a stupid idea.
But like,
But it's just kind of funny.
I mean, given the fact that the drones have made it into Moscow, like, successfully,
yeah.
They probably need it.
I mean, you know what? Let's talk about a bit more fun stuff when we talk about that shit right now. Fun stuff in quotation marks, in very macabre quotation
Stuff
marks.
like what happens to flak shells? and debris when it's fired over a civilian population.
Yeah. The thing is, so the reason for everyone who's wondering why that happened, Ukraine actually started manufacturing medium to long distance drones look, drones nowadays are just very fancy guided rockets. Like, that's it.
Well,
okay.
But they're just fancy cruise missiles nowadays.
Basically, they're just fancy cruise missiles.
Yeah.
Just a bit cheaper, but crucially, and this is a big thing for, I would say, the Ukrainian ones are overall more expensive, but better than the Russian ones. It's one of the things I kept hammering on over the last weeks. Like, the cheaper you make
And
a drone...
also the Ukrainian soldiers have gotten pretty good at shooting down Russian drones.
Also...
they're drone interceptors.
Yeah, like, again, there's a lot of things going on, but, like, one of the major things is Russian drones are quote-unquote cheap, but they're also from, like, very bad materials and parts, so they also just are worse. But, yeah, what currently is happening, Ukraine just outproduces them in basically Hemu cruise missiles. And the biggest irony is they're now shooting at Moscow, which they can, because they're still pretty close to Moscow, actually, in terms of, stuff. And the irony is, now that they're in Moscow, they are building basically flag towers and,
Well, they have anti-aircraft rings around Moscow.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
like there's two rings around the center of Moscow of these
Yeah.
of the Panzer anti-tank.
I know.
The aircraft, yeah.
I just want to point out, the irony is, Moscow, by the way, is running out of recruits. Period. They cannot recruit as fast as they lose troops and material. So they're just like, they're losing the grind war. And Kiev is like genuinely building up to something right now in the south. The thing is...
It is also quite funny. So you know how Putin has his like holiday home in, I think it was towards the Caucasus? It's like close to the Black Sea as well. They put like a year's worth of Panzer production around his holiday home.
Yeah, obviously. It's a dictator. But the thing I want to talk about here is...
Go on.
That's the crucial part, actually. The thing is, because of how Russia is thinking, drones striking Moscow made everyone panic there, because the people in Moscow and St. Petersburg are very much in the mindset of, oh yeah, someone else is doing the war for us. The war is not supposed to come here. Now, drones strike Moscow, meaning Moscow and St. Petersburg now need to be, like, genuinely shielded from drones, simply so that the... simply so that, less drones hit the capital, so, the regime can pose as, we are strong. But, meanwhile, those medium distance missiles, you need to keep in mind, the Crimea is actually very important. But it generally has only two routes to be supplied. Like, the whole south has two routes. The Crimean Bridge, and, by the way, to cross this border, you either need military ferries or the bridge. And there is not a lot of movement on the bridge nowadays because of, everyone fears drone strikes. All the military ferries are dead. And that bridge is very much in striking distance, and Ukraine has already bombed all of the railway lines in the south, especially in this region, around Mariupol. Meaning...
They've also bombed the bridge a number of times.
Yeah, meaning...
across the years.
If they actually take out that bridge, and they might do that soonish, literally the one connecting line to the south, like the highways and railroads, and they... By the way, Russia already cancelled all civilian traffic on the railroads in this region. All civilian traffic. There's only military going on. Which is, yeah, they know what is going to happen. They probably are cutting off the south, like, from resources in some time. If not, the whole Romania thing escalates. If you heard about that.
Oh yeah, the stuff with Moldova.
What?
The stuff from like a month back about Moldova.
Oh no! Oh no! A Russian drone hit a civilian building in Romania. And I think injured and even killed one. I don't know the details. But
Injured 2 people from last that I saw.
yeah, injured 2 people, which is still. I mean, by the way, you know why this one was unplanned? Because the reaction is, that can't be a Russian drone. Everyone in Europe just assumes this has to be a Russian drone. We will prove this is not a Russian drone if you send us all the debris parts. Yeah, sure thing, Putin. What the fuck?
Because the Russians never trust them.
Yeah, just trust them and give everything to the Russians.
Oh yeah. Oh, slight tangent, but also kind of a war. Did you see like any part or any of the stuff around the new Call of Duty trailer?
You saw? It's so fun. Okay. Oh,
Oh, you're happy.
You're
happy. Oh my god.
No. Can I go off how insanely idiotic it is? Okay, here's the thing.
Okay. No. Okay. Sure. Go on.
Here's the thing. There is currently clearly an interest and resurgence in quote-unquote realistically themed military games, okay? But there's always this whole, who do we pitch against each other? And in the past, we always had this, at least Battlefield went, it was always America versus Russia, because, it just kind of
It's
worked
Russia.
out. Yeah. No one really better than not even the Russians. The Russians liked it. Ironically, when in Battlefield 2 and 4 there was China in it, and in 4 China just bitched about being invaded, but like the Chinese people loved it. Go figure. Anyway, the thing is, now we live in the Ukraine one. I know everyone is like, oh, you can't use Russia because of Ukraine war anymore. Not really. The main thing why you can't use Russia anymore is just, look, their performance is embarrassing. Like, you cannot put anything with Russian vehicles and hardware, like, again, aside from the jets and the aero, only like the aero the airplane department and the helicopters, they work, they're good.
The VKS.
Yeah, they work. But everything else about the Russian military is just broken and bad, and it turned out nearly everything about it had been bad for decades.
Oh, did you see the Russian, what was it, the May Day parade at all?
No. Oh, not really.
You know how they do like an annual parade, basically?
Yeah, I know that one with, North Korean soldiers and...
they didn't even have a tank this year. They didn't even bring up the, like, obligatory T-34.
This is so embarrassing.
And they just use, like, AR... They literally used, like, CGI planes from, like, DCS. It was even funnier because it was, like... So it's their acrobatic team that they did the CGI off.
Yeah.
And the paint scheme on the planes still had, like, international flags on it. Like, it had the American flag, had the British flag, had the German flag. It had, like...
That is very embarrassing. The thing is just, I just want to point out the fact that they decided for Modern Warfare 4 that the main story point is North Korea invades South Korea. With those old-ass Russian tanks.
I don't really care about that. I think it's just fun to have not American Russia for once.
Oh,
that's what they all
You're playing
do.
No.
I know. No, there is one of the characters that you feel that is American, but like the context isn't just. It's something different, and I actually do quite enjoy that. So at least the concept of we're doing North Korea. Okay, it's not like Was it Homeland where North Korea invaded the US? The game.
Oh,
Can't remember.
Homefront.
But
that
Homefront. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I will
But
be right back.
I think it's fun. I think it's quite fun actually. Personally,
You know what?
but-
We need, to a degree, I think we need more. Okay, listen. I need to go to the toilet real quickly, but also I will say, I agree to a degree. It's fun. It's stupid, but I think we maybe just need more games that are unhinged, more unhinged. Like, no, North Korea will just invade and will be a force to be reckoned with. What's standing for China? No, we need to go back to that. It's stupid. Right back.
What's your view, Sep?
I didn't know that Call of Duty announcement. The only Call of Duty announcement that I'd heard was the fact that they're doing a Persona 5 collab.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the
Is this like for skins? Are they trying to be? Are they still trying to be Fortnite? I'm guessing they probably are.
yes, they are. I just find it funny that they're having a Persona
Persona of all
collab.
things. Like I understand, like if Fortnite does something with Persona, because that's like Fortnite, everything's on there.
Fortnite is at least like anime adjacent.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of COD people putting anime decals on their guns and stuff. So maybe.
Oh, is it more just? So it's not like the character is
I
a
think,
literal.
I think it's a Warzone. I think it's a Warzone collab.
Oh yeah, that the yeah, sure. Yeah.
Call of Duty Warzone has been like not newsworthy at all for
No.
like the last couple years.
Oh, did you ever? Have you tried some Nautica 2 yet at all?
Nope, I don't intend to.
Okay, you're not interested in that at all. Okay.
I have like one or two people that might play Subnautica 2 that I would be like I might watch them play it, but I'm not going to play it myself.
Oh. Right. It is actually a very good game. I very much enjoyed it. Though, unfortunately, I've finished it or finished the total amount so far. And I'm just going to have to wait until the next DLC. So, that's fun. It totally doesn't suck because it was actually really fun. I really enjoyed it. And I got to a really good part of the story. It got really interesting. And then it's just like, end of game. It's like big reveal. You got to do some really cool stuff, and then
Not
end
now.
of it. Not now.
Oh, by the way,
I mean, it's early access.
I was playing a Portugal game last night, and I saw AI Austria subjugate Bavaria, and Prussia just became limp dick. It just like nothing happened in Prussia. Well, there was fighting actually, but I did see the opposite of Super Germany.
Super Austria.
Well, they didn't get like Super Austria. They were stable though. So the AI can do well.
Now they can because they have been fixed.
Also, apparently the U.S. Manifest Destiny event is now fucked up because you have to own exactly 40% of the Great Plains or something like that. Not greater than.
That's bullshit.
Not greater than or equal to. Yeah.
They fixed. Okay, I cannot form Canada or anything like that for some reason. Have they fixed that at all? Like even single player. For some reason I couldn't form Canada or Australia.
You don't own not all of Canada has been colonized yet.
Fine.
There's still Yukon Territory and
It's taking its time.
in Nistapi. Yeah, like you still have plenty to colonize, and I'm not even sure if they're colonizing that land right now.
Me neither.
Because
to be honest.
it's Upper Canada that's united around it, and they do not have colonization rights, so they are not actually They can't colonize.
So it's going to be stuck like this. Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, you need to get them to change their law. or else they're not going to be able to form anything.
Change the law, give them tax spread, stuff like that.
Oh my god, why are they so dumb? Abuse the natives, you dumb idiots! Be terrible human beings that everybody in the future will hate. Or not like, or be
Something along those lines.
yeah.
You know what I still need to change? That you
What?
can
What?
build at least fortifications in your subjects for the purposes of controlling canals. Right now they're basically telling you fucking own that piece of land in a game we patched so that you do not want to own pieces of land.
Because then it's small and tiny and difficult to defend.
Yeah. It would
Yeah.
make technically more sense if you could just, for example, Yemen, I would rather give it to Oman and then control the straits through that. But I can't. I don't know if I can if I give Yemen back to Oman later. But
So if they have the building constructed and they're your
fortifications.
subject, you can. Yeah, if they have the fortifications and structures built, and you are their like they're your subject, you can still like change stuff.
so I can control the strait basically how I want.
Yes, you should be able to.
Interesting.
Yes, you can. If they're merely in your block,
Yeah,
then
block
no.
is not a subject, of course, yeah.
I also get I don't know how. I think you can if they are a protectorate, but I don't remember.
I would assume they need to be a protectorate, but the problem is the AI doesn't build that.
They do. They're just really weird about where they build it. Like I've seen the AI build it.
Well, at least here they haven't.
Yeah, sometimes it's just I guess that maybe it's just expensive for them.
Probably.
And so they are like, yeah, let's not build it because then it's too expensive for us to maintain.
And that's kind of the problem, because that means I need to take their land and build it for them.
I mean, you could just build one level.
Yeah, but I want all of them.
You don't need. Well, then that's your problem because you're being greedy about them.
Well, I would pay for them, but the game doesn't let me.
You could. I think you could probably pay for some of it with the
Treaties?
with the military assistance treaty. I assume that
Maybe.
it doesn't state, but I
The
think that it goes to their military expenses.
But the problem is, in the end, it will still have the problem that the AI can just delete it. You know?
Yeah, I think the AI was taught a while back to be a lot more hesitant about deleting the last level of a building.
That's good. At least so it doesn't just go and, I'm going to delete all the
Yeah.
ports and then...
This was
No
because I
shits.
think this was a problem earlier on in the game's development where basically they would delete all levels of a building and that would just delete an entire stream of demand, which would essentially destroy make them want to start dismantling their economy even more.
Also, the USA has eaten through Mexico.
Right back. I gotta let the dogs out.
No worries. You know, you could just do anything you want with Nice computer right now, right?
Yeah,
But you're not, are you?
not really.
Oh,
I'm doing my own thing.
you're having your own fun.
I need to build some.
You're having your own fun.
Yeah, I need to build some food industry so that I stop importing from you. If you're wondering where your food is going, it's going to the Qing.
I wasn't wondering.
Oh yeah, I'm making more ginger beer today.
Are you? Ooh, fun. The holiday
Yeah.
treat. Do you still have the mother from your last one? Or you having to make it again?
Well, from the last one that I made a couple weeks ago, yes. From the one I made months ago, no.
Ah, okay. So you built another one from scratch then?
Yes.
Ooh, cool. Let us know how it goes. So I'm guessing your garage is going to stink of fermentation again, probably.
So it actually doesn't smell as bad this time, and well, actually bad. No, it doesn't smell as as a
Strong.
present. Yeah. I'll say though, the kitchen does smell of ginger.
I mean, ginger's
'Cause
a
I'm,
nice smell. I don't know if fermented ginger smells bad or
It doesn't.
is it just yeasty?
It doesn't smell. Yeah, it's just yeasty. Like it doesn't smell bad, but also it's not a universally palatable smell.
Who doesn't like it in your family? I'm guessing.
My mom.
Ah. I was going to guess that, but I didn't want to assume. Oh, your mom just comes in and it's like, oh, again, lovely. So, when are you getting that house?
Maybe when the economy gets better.
Maybe when house prices are less impossible, especially in
Yeah,
DC.
let's go with that. Okay. Let's actually.
Wait, what
do a
are
little
house
bit of
prices? What are house prices like in DC right now, or at least somewhere where you could actually get to work? Is it just terrible? I'm guessing probably, like most places, to be honest, nowadays.
Okay, so if I were to. The average house price in Northwest DC. Or sorry, the medium sale price for homes in Northwest DC is approximately $760,000.
760 million? No.
760,000. For detached, that's for row houses and townhouses, by the way. If we're talking single family homes, we're looking at 1.3 million.
Oh.
Yeah. if you're talking about inside Georgetown, your median prices go to about $2 million.
That's like London pricing. What is
Well-
wrong? I mean, yeah, we know what's wrong with DC. It's because it's the capital city, and because therefore you get lots of companies trying to be close to the government. Then you have really rich people go and live there, and then.
So the reason why you would
Yeah.
want to own property in Georgetown, why it's so valuable, is because, essentially,
A historical sort of neighborhood.
it's a very historical neighborhood. It's one of the founding settlements of DC, and they have a lot of authority with regards to like limitations, building, zoning, all these other things. Because it's a historical district, there are so many rules and things, and so it tends to be a little bit quieter, despite being a tourist attraction. And so it's why you have people who have a lot of money buy houses there. Like, I think Zuckerberg has a house in Georgetown.
Oh, okay. I mean, would you want to be next door neighbors to Zuckerberg?
I mean, the question
Bezos
is,
has one of his houses in Georgetown. Elon does.
Oh god.
by the way, I'm back. On the other hand, you should ask the question more. These fuckers don't even live there. Why do they own houses?
Because they're
They
rich.
they have to stay somewhere when they're in town.
Oh yeah, they could stay at a hotel.
And actually, I'd say out of all of them, probably Bezos stays at his DC home the most. Just because Amazon
He's like-
headquarters is across the river.
He also he does a lot of business with the US government as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Oh,
need
well.
to be here for that.
Yeah, but it helps, sort of, you know.
But yeah,
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if his DC home is his primary residence.
Okay.
I mean, by the
Wait,
way,
does he vote in your council elections?
No.
No.
but yeah, going back to
Actually, I'm just so I was just looking at. So I was looking at house pricing around where I live, and it's still funny that the whole like British pound, the euro to the US dollar is still completely out of whack what it was like a year ago. It's still like the tariffs have really decreased the value of the US dollar.
oh yeah,
So I was looking at places like nearby me. I saw one like reasonable place for about 1,300,000, which yes, a lot of money, but mortgage, so you're playing it over a long time. But yeah, that comes up to about 175 USD in terms of grand, which seems like a lot more than £1,300. But basically, yeah, house prices are pretty comparatively cheap where I live, so I could actually. I'm like on a decent trajectory towards having the money to actually get a mortgage, which would be quite cool. Yay! No more renting.
congrats.
Paying off my own mortgage rather than the
mean, I guess-
landlords.
Yeah, by the way,
Yeah, the
about
police
the-
won't be here again.
about the earlier thing, I wanted to say, like, you know, I kind of like, I like the idea at least going for some completely bonkers scenarios, like, you know, North Korea being able to do anything, you know, the criminally starving country. Anyway,
Well, they can do some stuff. I would say don't underestimate humanity.
okay, let me put
I mean,
it
they
like,
got nukes. They got nukes
Okay,
on a
okay.
budget.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's more the thing
Korea
that
is a cornered rat. They have been a cornered rat for years, decades. That is a dangerous thing.
yeah,
That's why
oh,
they're
no.
a concern.
That's why I'm saying, like, it is funny that they are shown to be, shown to be as like aggressors, because, like, here's the thing, defensively they can inflict damage. Especially, with those very shitty nukes, depending on if they work. But that's one of those things you shouldn't even bet on. The point is more like, it is kind of insane to hear like, oh, they are the aggressors and they achieve anything like.
Well, I mean, it doesn't require as much to do a lot of damage as South Korea, because Seoul is.
Oh yeah.
What was it? 40 miles, 40 kilometers from the border.
No, I know that. The thing is more like, look, the only thing he really has. Look, the only thing he really has for that, okay, is artillery.
It's artillery. But even then, you could basically take out South Korea's economy pretty much in like a couple days.
And then your country will get taken out, and then the rest of the country.
Well, no, because then you just turn it into a massive grind fest, where you kind of brainwash the entire population with tons of guns. They will have planned for this for ages. Like, don't underestimate your enemy. I mean, you've seen Iran. Yeah, they got pummeled to shit, but they're still going.
Okay, can I say a few things which are definitely way different than those? First of all, Iran planned, but also Iran is way worse to invade than North Korea. North Korea is already bad because, mountains and shit. But it's not that it didn't happen last time. Let's not forget. The only reason...
Great cost.
Okay. I'm just gonna be very, very direct here, okay? Yes, there was a great cost, but like the thing is, South Korea back in the day was under-equipped. Didn't have really an economy, was also a military dictatorship. It was in a bad spot. And North Korea had like a lot of veterans, especially from the from World War II, that basically ran into the country. And then they started losing very rapidly the moment America joined. And they only got the stalemate because China sent in massive amounts of troops.
Approximately around 300,000 North Koreans died during the Korean War. Approximately around 200,000 Chinese people died. Roughly around 140,000 South Koreans died. About 40,000 Americans and others.
Do you see the difference? Look, this isn't to say that the wars, like all wars, are bad. There shouldn't be a war.
Roughly around 1 million to 3 million civilian casualties.
Yeah, the only thing I want to point out is the Korean War already went horribly bad for North Korea until China intervened. And now we're talking...
see China will intervene again.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know if they would. Like, here's the thing. Aside from the fact that China
Also, it's Call of Duty. It doesn't have to be realistic.
Okay, can I just say... Where does that point come from? Like, we're talking about how it's stupid that people cast them as aggressors because, like, look, defensively they could do damage, but also we know from Ukraine that North Korean soldiers are not trained well. We know that the artillery and munition they send over is of really bad quality, and so like, look, the thing is more like if that ever happened, they would be thumped. So that's the whole point I wanted to make, like how insane this whole proposition is even. And also, like, it is definitely just one of those they wanted to have China as the bad guys. Oh god. I just realized, what if the writers actually think this would be... Oh, that would be new levels of stupid.
Depends.
Look, the reason Homefront chose North Korea is they basically were told by THQ to not use China. That's it. they basically said, "Oh look, North Korea is invading the USA," but like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We all know it's China. Like they're quite literally, the North Korean assault rifle in Homefront is a slightly modified Chinese assault rifle. Yeah. I think my point has been made. Still, it is stupid, and I kind of adore it. But like, you know what the saddest part about this is, Ruben?
Go on.
Russia's still in the game.
It's Call of Duty.
Yeah, but it's still going to be
It's Call of Duty.
Yeah, Russia is still behind it. Like, it's not gonna be... Sorry. It's not gonna be that much of a difference that you initially thought, probably. They showed multiplayer stuff.
Who knows? All I've seen is the trailer. Even then, I'm probably not going to get it, because I don't really play Call of Duty games.
You shouldn't support Microsoft anyway, but that's a different topic. But yeah, no, it is very stupid, indeed. It's just very funny.
I thought it's fun that it's not America and Russia as the main protagonists. Hold on.
I mean,
try to get in before you even. Oh, but the.
You know what? I just want to point out that the PMC in Battlefield 6 technically makes more sense in terms of fighting power, but they are just not explaining the background there.
It's also a battlefield game, which.
Yeah, I know. None of them are serious.
Go to the squad or something. I don't. Go play Armor.
That's not my point, Ruben.
My point is simplifying things again.
Yeah, my point was not that this is realistic. My point is more like I kind of want the writing to at least make some sense, because at some point it feels very lazy. You know, like you can have factions and still explain them sensibly, and that just barely happens nowadays. And
well, then, how's your game making going? Make a game that makes sense then.
I don't think you need a game for that. You just need a story, because that's what we're talking about in the end.
We're currently talking about writing.
How's your writing been going then? I think wasn't it going pretty well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I should probably. What are like the best things for ships, capital ships?
What do you mean?
You mean for fighting? Then the first 2 on 3,
The first 2 on 3.
and the rest is preference and money.
So, it depends on the ship that you're building and what tech level you are. If you're building if you can only build like the ship of the line,
Yeah.
then you need to ask yourself, what do you need your navy for? If you need your navy for transporting people, then just get like I'd say get like middle of the line hull. Don't worry about the guns. Might want to get middle of the line speed, but you do want to get the extended quarterdeck, the largest supplies, because that lets you carry more troops per ship. But if you need like a fighting navy, then oftentimes you'll just want to go. You'll just want to go with the sailing rig and guns, and you probably won't need any quarterdeck or like. You just go like 3-3-1-1. But it's like, what do you need from your ships? Once you get into like higher tech level ships, it gets a little bit more important. But they all provide like different things. Propulsion is going to affect two things. It's going to affect how quickly your ships move around the map. So, like, if you need to go long distances fast, like if you've got a long distance empire, then you want to have faster ships. If you're just dealing with like port defense and like coastal defense stuff, then minimum cost for your like supplies and speed, because all you got to do is just hang out in your zone and project power. If you're not planning to send the fleet into combat much at all, or you intend to avoid all combat that is not with supply ships, then you don't need you definitely don't need armor. You might need guns just to like kill them faster or better. But if you intend to go against a peer navy, then you want to have more expensive ships.
Yeah, I guess I just build some standard stuff first.
Yeah. One thing that I have tried doing and had okay success at is building a navy where my capital ships have kind of middling armor, but they have really strong guns, and then just let my my cruisers tank. Also, you need to make sure that when you're making a fleet, that your ships all have the same ship speed, because your fleet's only going to ever move as slow as the slowest ship.
I know.
Hey, Ruben.
Yep.
We don't have to do it now, but would you be interested in attacking the Netherlands?
Oh, I would, because I want to get after Dutch East Indies.
I also want to get a little of their territory. I essentially just want up to Bali and the Sunda Islands. That's all I want from them.
You're talking about my front lawn here.
Hey, Agonia.
Look, I'm just expanding my front lawn there a little bit.
Hey, Agonia, do you actually need the lower parts? That's not really your front lawn anymore.
I'm just taking the whole thing.
I don't know, but you could...
I'm building
But
navy.
yeah, so Ruben, my intent is to do that, and if you want to grab it, you can grab Guyana along the way. But I don't know because I don't know what you want off the Dutch East Indies.
I don't know if I can actually put anything there, and I need to get more influence. So let me do. I'm just gonna. There are 5 rooms there. There we go. It's got something. Do you want me to start the war, or would you want to start it?
Since I'm only after one thing, well, technically I want 2 things from them, but I can go in after the Dutch for that other thing later. You can start the war.
Okay. Probably not worth to Guyana, but might be good to send some troops there. So near Colombia. Oh, I've already got troops there. That's fine. I hate it doesn't show you troops when you zoom in without clicking on the army bit. That's really annoying.
Yeah, they need to fix that part of the UI.
So on straits, can you just cross them without ships? Or do you need to...
Yeah. Generally, yes. Sometimes, no. And I do not know. Don't ask me when that sometimes is, because I have no idea.
So, probably need to defend the Duchy of Indies.
Oh
then.
god, that bug is still here.
Ah,
Wait,
that's
you're defending the Dutch East Indies.
fine. If I can,
Right,
I
yeah.
probably will.
Are you sure you don't split it?
Not really. Let's see. Wait.
I just want to get Sumatra.
What?
I just want. So you know the one that goes, the outer one, towards India. I want that. You can have the Brunei and like the inner islands.
I want the Strait of Malacca or what?
I want the Strait of Malacca.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good reason for me not to give that to you because I don't want to get taxed.
I want the Strait of Malacca.
I don't think I've literally never put in taxes.
I know you haven't, but you could.
I've never actually used the taxing system in the game for that before, so.
Yes. Again, you haven't. Not that you not will. That's a difference.
Do you even have an interest in?
Yes. Of course I
Indonesia?
have.
Okay.
My
Thought so.
Oh,
Out of sync, you're out.
Oh, I'm out sync. Yeah.
No, you're not. Agonia
No,
is.
Ruben, you're not out. Do not leave the
Gone, yeah.
game.
I know. I'm not. No, I'm leaving it.
Yeah,
just
don't leave it.
Yeah. You said that.
It sounds like he's
I'm not
leaving it.
touching it.
Okay.
My game crashed.
Ah, wonderful.
Mine crashed to the screen.
Ah,
Well, it's sending me back to the main menu.
then let's restart all our games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe mine is also crashed now. No, it hasn't. That's not yet.
Not yet. Think. If you just want that 1 point and you can promise me not to tax it, I give it to you. I even help you. The upload.
My goal is the Bali. My goal is the Bali Strait very specifically so that it never gets taxed.
Mm.
And the only time I would ever tax it is if I am like in dire straits of money. And that's just like that's
Always.
hopefully not going to be a problem. I think I have the solution for my financial problems.
You
I
said
think I
that
have.
last time also all the time when I read it like
I played Portugal last night and it worked. My finances were amazing. I'm hoping I can put that into this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what are you
Why are
doing
you
with
launching Payday 2?
Yes, I have no idea.
So I'm
Good job, yeah. But no, the main point is I don't want to be taxed.
oh god, my brain just
But also, I
Now I
would
had a-
like the Sunda Islands population and resources.
No, I was just checking something and
Yeah, I just want the Dutch East Indies then. The puppet transfer.
so don't worry, I'm opening Wiki 3. I just had a moment of
It's just an old age thing, isn't it? No.
definitely. I'm just an old hack that just happens sometimes.
You know, you like just once you pass 20, it's all downhill.
Past 20,
Absolutely.
that's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know. See, my
The
life
joke
has
is we're
been
all older than 20.
Well, didn't you hear? Apparently, ads are in fashion.
Okay, it's open again.
Nice. And let's see. So, in the end, we have the out-of-game contract, no taxation in the Dutch Indies Straits.
Yes.
I guess.
No tolls.
If tolls do end up happening, then we have to agree to attack the Dutch.
Why the Dutch?
Because it's Dutch East Indies.
There will be the Qing East Indies soon.
Won't they still say? I think they'll still say Dutch East Indies.
Maybe.
I don't remember the name. I don't think the name is still dynamic. I don't think the name is dynamic.
It should be. It should be tributary number 250.
By the way, it's been, I won't call it entertaining, but it's been interesting watching all the fighting going on in social media over the whole heat wave thing.
People are fighting over the heat wave.
It's my heat wave. It is to kill
they're
me.
They're fighting in the discourse about the heat wave and it's like they're discussing a whole bunch of things. Basically, there's fights over like get a fucking AC in your house. But European houses are built better for insulation.
Yeah,
and then
better
there's
for insulation. Yes,
they are, but oh, I could. Should I go off about that again? Oh.
They are better.
But then there's also the tornado discussion has also popped back up again. And I recently was shown, and I also saw there was a comparison graph that showed the differences between the European scale and the US scale.
Yeah.
And essentially what you guys consider a T3 what you guys consider a T5 is the equivalent of our E2 bottom end.
I mean, they're just,
which is that's like our every Tuesday.
But they're only ranked according to basically property damage, if I remember correctly. So that the graph wasn't just property damage; it was also the graph was based off of rankings based off of average wind speeds. Well, that our tornadoes are smaller, I think, is a known fact for everyone around the world.
Yes.
It should be, at least.
Are you guys trying to join and getting timed out, or sorry?
They're joining.
I got the.
Okay.
I'm not joining right now.
Okay, so
if it shows that I'm joining, then kick me.
Okay.
But the essentially.
Kick me to probably time out.
The last equivalent tornado to a E5, which is on the higher which is towards the higher end of the US scale, was reportedly in the 1700s.
Yeah.
In Germany.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't have big tornadoes, or tornadoes in general are rare.
And when we've had those, we've had concrete buildings ripped out of the ground alongside their foundations.
Yeah, if they're strong enough, sure.
Yeah.
Because American homes are designed for the American environment, which is a lot more tornadoes. Whereas the UK and
depending
Europe,
on the area of the USA, actually, but yeah.
That as well, because the US is very big.
Look, the thing about heat that I always hate is...
The thing about tornadoes, though, is that a tornado can turn a blade of grass into a guillotine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the point is.
They're not making a point, Zep. You're just stating
not
things.
many structures can't survive.
Yes.
Some of our
but we never claimed that.
Yeah. Never.
It's just interesting. I'm not saying that you all claim that. I'm just explaining that this is the discussion that I'm seeing people have. On Twitter,
okay.
Funny.
Now it makes sense. Okay.
Because also Japanese Twitter is in on this conversation too. They're observing and making analyses. Someone from Japan posted a full on, basically a 1,000 word essay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not exactly very long, but it's long for Twitter. But basically, they posted a big essay saying that, this is what the Americans are saying. This is what the Europeans are saying. We should all understand that there is not an equivalency, but also Americans are trying to discuss about solving a problem, including the temperature thing, whereas a lot of Europeans are having I forget exactly what their European argument was, but they basically said it's not all stupidity.
Well, the first problem is that tornadoes and heat waves are two separate topics.
Yeah. Number one.
They have basically nothing in common with each other. Not really in any relevant part.
The thought pattern of this whole conversation that's going on Twitter is eerily similar to ADHD thought patterns, where essentially they went from they started at the heat and trying to solve the heat by saying put your fucking AC in, or even a window AC, and there's a whole other side of this that's British that's really funny.
The British.
And then they went on to saying but the homes are designed certain ways, and then people got into the tornado.
The British homes are designed to be cheap.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I will just slide into it. Here's the thing. No. Look, not even America. When we talk about heat waves, okay, American homes are not designed around resisting the heat. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
That's why they have ACs.
Yeah, the thing is just, America, you installed ACs. You were smart. But also, crucially, no one in the world designs around heat anymore, really. They don't do it in Japan. They don't do it in China. They don't do it in... I just literally had that from someone tell me in Southeast Asia. Because the thing is, okay, building around heat has a certain gradient. You either have the very simple stuff that, by the way, every single country had in some form.
Awnings?
You had awnings, you had shutters on the outside, so stuff that blocks light. And by the way, a lot of homes in Germany have shutters on the outside. The majority have that.
Yeah.
Also, interesting thing. Here's the thing. But homes are built for the winter. Not really. In Germany and a lot of continental Europe. Yes. Our houses are insulated. Here's the thing. If you build a house with, a concrete wall, insulation, and then, some protection for that insulation on the outside, you still build a house that keeps warmth in, but also it still insulates from warmth coming in. You just need to,
find a way
plug the holes where...
You need to find a way to get your heat out.
You heat out, or plug the sunlight from coming in. And we're like, but in America, listen, America uses wood and drywall. But guess what? Those wood and drywall walls then have insulation and the protection for that insulation on the outside. It's the same principle.
Yeah, you need to restart.
We also put
I need to restart. Yeah. Okay.
Also, we often put a outer layer outside of the wood too. Sometimes we don't, but about half the time we do. And that outer layer will either be some other kind of insulating mesh and weather surviving mesh, or it'll be brick, or it'll be something else. It's all about layers and diversifying your insulation methods.
Yeah, but like the thing is,
which helps both insulate a little bit from heat. So we do get a little bit of heat insulation, but we do focus more about retaining temperature inside of the house.
That's the same thing.
That's kind of the same. Again, it kind of happens. Yeah. It's similar with heat pumps. They're just like you either pump heat in or out. It's kind of like ACs are just half heat pumps. It's the same principle. The thing is just, look, when we really talk about temperature control and heat control, we talk about shade maxing. Like all countries that have high temperatures were built around shade. Ergo, you have, for example,
what is the inside of your house except just maximize shade?
Yeah,
that is what a roof and what walls are for.
Yeah, like for example, one of the key things that everyone basically built. All countries had where
we can join again.
Yeah, you can join again. I want to say that was trees. So, for example, in Asia, you had houses are like ogres. Got it? Hey, Sophie. Yes, houses are like ogres.
You want to have many layers.
Yeah, you want to have many layers. So.
When one layer gets hot, you need to make another layer that's not as hot. That can get hot in its place.
A lot of countries had awnings or small windows with shutters and rooms stretched back in so there was more shade. Or you had a balcony over a terrace so there was shade. That was done in Europe, that was done in Asia, that was done in the USA. Like you have a lot of old houses in Chicago and such as still have awnings.
So in the end, if you're talking about houses or apartments in general, you want outside shutters, awnings, and an insulated house.
Basically that. And you know what?
No, cannot find you. Try again. I don't know what they did. Or what
okay.
No, let's just try.
Okay. Try again.
Try again.
Basically, that's what you want. And yes, you should have an AC because holy shit, we have ACs. The thing is just...
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We still should have awnings, shutters, and some type of building structure that helps with keeping it naturally cooler, so the ACs need to work less. Still, not having ACs nowadays, or, not having heat pumps nowadays, I think should be criminal. Like, period. It should just be mandated.
The weirdest thing to me is the lack of what do you call them? So you know the window AC units that we have.
Yep.
Where you put the AC. I don't think I've seen one designed for European windows.
Yeah, because European windows were not designed with them in mind. Ironically, completely, but.
Yeah,
but you've had 100 years to figure out some kind of inventive solution.
Look, the solution we had was you can tilt the window inward so there's a bit of airstream in.
I don't know what's with the rest of Europe, but in Germany there seems to be subconsciously the cultural desire to cull the weak. And that's why we have lots of...
Look, there's also just a lot of very big misinformation that people say, oh, but ACs can pollute and draw so much power, and people just have no idea how good they are.
That's true. Are the window ACs optimal? No. Ideally, you want you want the whole apartment building.
You want central AC, if anything.
Yes. Ideally, you want that. But obviously, we won't get that because the landlords won't do it.
Yeah,
so,
or you pay for it yourself, and it costs
wait a second.
between about 5 and 10 grand to do.
So in the end, if you're in a bad situation, live in an apartment building without any, the window AC might be an option for you if it's bad enough with the heat.
Okay, I need to interject here because I think you and Zeb are talking about two different things.
Maybe.
Because here's the thing. Portable ACs are a thing in Europe, and we have a solution to attach them to windows. It kind of sucks a little bit.
Yeah, but it's the single pipe ones. They're not the dual pipe ones.
Also,
they're also dual pipe ones.
I think it's not in the UK. I can't find
problems.
Yeah,
they have their own problems that make them worse than window units.
Yeah, that's the thing what I want to talk about. Agonia probably does not know what a window unit is because in America because you know windows are up and down or like easy to remove, you can install a window unit which is a fixed unit that is one side in the house, one side outside, and that's it. It's fixed installed. It's basically a similar. It is actually much better than the portable ACs. Much better.
It also is better at sealing and insulating the gap. It also has. There's actually also models that are completely outside, as well as ones that are completely inside, if that's a rule that you need to deal with in your home.
It's a fixed absolute.
So
also, I think we're all then.
Yeah.
We can zoom.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to correct here, because portable ACs exist, and I'm genuinely thinking about getting one, even though I know they're not that good. Just on the worst days that I can.
Something is better than nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
as someone who shits on portable indoor AC units, something is better than nothing.
They still are pretty good.
If the normal ventilator works for you, it works. But let's assume we would live on the 5th floor.
Yeah,
we would need one.
Yeah, you already felt it, and we're on the 1st. So and I still would say I would still get one just in case, because it's getting a bit. With Agonia's histamine intolerance, it gets worse, and she also reacts to heat. So, yeah, I am genuinely thinking about getting one just to keep the apartment a few degrees Celsius lower.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
those few degrees make such a big difference in your standard of living. There's a research that was done a while back. I'm talking 30 or some years ago, that basically talked about all the little minute things in your life that causes stress and worsens your living conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things can be temperature. And so maintaining a slightly more comfortable temperature can increase your daily comfort phenomenally. Yeah. It can increase your sleeping comfort phenomenally. It's a miracle drug. It is quite literally the elixir of life, because reducing stress extends your life.
Yes.
They should have told the emperors of China this. Don't be stressed. That'll make you live longer. That's your elixir of immortality there. Get rid of your fucking stress. Kill all the eunuchs. That's how it works. And drink their blood, maybe.
Who knows? So here's a thing, though, I wanted to point out, because, it's probably one of the things I would generally mandate if I ever get at least mayor in Hamburg. Just in the building code, every house needs, outside shutters. Climate control and outside shutters. Those are mandatory. You know what I hate the most?
I would also like that on apartment buildings.
Yeah, on apartment buildings. Every building needs this. Yeah, every house, also apartment buildings.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe an apartment building is also a house. I don't think it's something different. But also, and this is one of those things I generally need to point out, because we have generally impressive shutter technology. Because they're from metals or hard plastic, and they can seal really well. They can do a lot. But you know what the best thing is, and which is why I'm saying it is a crime that they are not installed more? There are shutters that you can, when they don't only go down in a straight line, you can also tilt them outwards to make a makeshift awning. Okay, so we have that technology. Why isn't it not used? Genuinely, why? I need answers here. The Rastafarian school of Confucianism takes China by storm, and now everyone is super relaxed. It helps.
So the British actually helped them with the opium?
I guess.
Maybe sometimes.
Well, the British being useful or helpful. Oh shit, I've got a pacifist in my biggest party. That's a problem.
It is a big problem.
And I can't replace him with the fucking agitator I've got, and I also don't really want to replace him with the agitator I got because he's a bad party.
I wonder if I should do that.
What?
Establish Mitsubishi.
Generally, yes.
Then I will establish Mitsubishi. So Kyushu. But yeah, or should I have a pacifist? Or should I have a pacifist? Victoria 3. It is Victoria 3 indeed. But yeah, the thing is just going over building stuff, it's just like we need just to maximize shade. And also I will agree with Zeb. It is kind of criminal that in Europe you either have centralized heat pumps, which extremely good. We should just mandate them. Oh wait, we tried that. Or portable ACs. And the window units are literally the next best thing to a central AC. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of criminal that we do not have an equivalent. Genuinely, it's kind of criminal. But yeah,
so if you look at American hotels, you'll actually see there's an interior unit that generally goes underneath windows, and they have an exhaust built into the wall just underneath the window. And so that would be kind of the next best thing, and that can chill a room real fast and real cool. They are really nice.
Yeah.
And they're not expensive. You see these things at the cheapest of motels.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
if they were going cheaper, they would get the little cheap ass single room ones from, I think, is it Mitsubishi or is it from it's from a Japanese company that makes
I don't know.
AC, the little AC units that you put on the top of a wall.
Oh, I don't know.
Germany's on cool. Well, Germany is really a piss poor country in this game right now.
Well, but yeah, the thing I said before on another stream is that if there would be cities that are actually built around being resistant against the heat, they would all look like Fez in Morocco, because that is a city with a lot of commerce and trade and resources in the desert without trees, where they generally had to build something that could actually, survive. That's quite literally it. And you know how Fez looks like? It has narrow streets, high buildings, so they are also a thing, by the way, old German homes have. They have very high ceilings in rooms, because high ceilings, the warm air goes up. It's cooler below. Oh wow, we did that once. Yeah, they have high ceilings, they have shutters, they have small windows. Because of the buildings are high and the streets are narrow, there's a lot of shade. They have awnings everywhere, or tunnels through buildings, so a lot of shade. And then crucially, which is, by the way, I said this also, but if we're building social housing, we should generally start building more courtyards, because the courtyards in Arabian buildings or also Fez are made so they create a microclimate where they basically is a hot air bubble in the center that rises up, creates a low pressure environment at the bottom, and sucks air in through the house, creating airflow. And then they also have like just a small sprinkler there, a very small one. And then they, and that basically makes it so that they can...
Yes.
Okay. And that makes it so that there's also a bit of moisture going around, so it gets cooler as well, which, you know, is all pretty well and good.
Oh, how'd you delete your ships again?
Good question.
Can you not?
Think you can?
I'm pretty sure you can. Let me double check. You have to go into the.
Oh, sorry, it's a secessionist movement, so I can't. Fucking.
Yeah. In order to delete ships, you need to go into the ship's menu itself.
I know, I found it, but then it's like, yeah.
Mission.
Fucking.
Usually with torpedoes.
Why the fuck?
Yep.
Oh, I hate this where you can't do anything because some tiny little uprising in the middle of fucking nowhere.
But yeah, again, when we talk about heat and building codes, it's just like, look, we're literally just missing a few details on most buildings, and it would be way better against the heat anyway. Also, you know, the suburbs in America are actually pretty bad, also having like giant strokes and stuff, and cars everywhere is also pretty bad about heat. So,
okay. So the thing about the suburbs in America is that a lot of them have a lot of forestry. Like a lot of them have a lot of tree cover too, and there's the ones here in DC. The ones here in DC are like covered in trees and.
The older ones, yes. But the majority of them are like just, you know, very wide streets, cul-de-sacs, and there's still a lot of, you know, sunlight that can just hit the ground and warm up in the streets. Or, you know, in general, that if you just look at something like Houston, Texas, and such. So many cars and highways. It's just not good.
Go choose the absolute worst of our suburbs.
Okay, you know what? It's just
I wouldn't even call it that. Houston is one of the worst places in the country for suburbs.
Oh yeah, I just want to point out.
And also, in this current situation, a house is a house. Who cares what it is? Just build.
Yeah.
You know, the point I wanted to make, Zep, just to be clear, you're living in one of the old cities, and generally. In Washington, Chicago, a lot of the old suburbs, they are still pretty good.
You say old cities, a lot older cities. DC, so the part of DC that I live in is relatively new.
Okay, but
compared to a lot of,
you still need to build.
Probably, I think my neighborhood is only about 100 years old at most.
Yeah, I just want to point out
maybe 200 years. Not 200, but like...
I just want to point out, generally, more far north in the older ones, they're still, on the average, building more dense suburbs with more trees. That is true. Still, the modern average suburb in USA has too much road coverage, etc., etc., etc. The thing is just, and this is kind of crucial, you know, the part of the country that should actually care about heat management, they're not doing it.
Everywhere that is not Texas, because Texas isn't supposed to care about heat. They're supposed to care about having their senator go on trips to Mexico during winter storms that they don't have. That's all. That's what Texas needs to worry about.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
Speaking of Texas, there's a potential that a Democrat could win a Senate seat in Texas.
I heard that.
It's very, very interesting to see what'll happen there.
I mean, people are generally pretty pissed off, so...
Yep.
Anyway, the thing is more like... The thing I wanted to point out is more like, you know, a lot of southern countries, like, even if you look at, like, the modern suburbs in Florida and so... Sorry, that's not building against the heat. And I know that, by the way, because one of my friends from school actually moved to Florida, and she showed me his neighborhood, and it's like, wow, that's empty.
Well, also, Florida fucked up a lot of stuff, like, because there are a bunch of idiots down there that are in charge of things.
Oh, you know,
and they essentially built housing for aesthetic reasons that made things worse from heat. I'm not joking. They've built places that are even worse to get flooded, in places that are high flood risks, especially during hurricane season. They've built things that are heat risks in the hottest parts of cities and suburbs. There is no sanity in construction in Florida.
Yeah,
it is a miracle that Florida is doing okay for itself, if that's what you would want to call it.
Fair enough. Like, the point I just wanted to make is, again, the whole, you know, when we talk about, buildings are built there for heat, and here buildings are built for the cold, I'm just like, look, Washington, D.C. has better heat resistance infrastructure overall, probably by accident, than Florida or Texas, or like any of the southern states. Why that is?
You know how that happened?
Topic. Mm-hmm.
You want the historical context of how that happened? Is that DC is populated by a bunch of people from around the country and around the world, and also there were a lot of Northerners that ended up coming down to DC.
Yeah.
And because of all the heat and humidity, they realized, we should probably plan for this and build around it and like think about our environment more instead of just kind of existing in our environment.
Yeah, like, look,
so, yeah.
I'm not surprised that it happened there, because, like, look, when we talk about, you know, all of the hot states, okay, you know what we can even say in, fuck it, I'm gonna say it, Los Angeles is also not really built for the heat.
Nope.
Yep. Southern California is really not. Las Vegas? Oh boy, but like, look, all the southern parts of the USA that should care about the heat do not do that. And the northern parts do it ironically more. Like, can we just bury the whole, the one house is built for the heat, the other one isn't? Because it's bullshit. And yeah, in Europe, continental Europe, we definitely built more houses to save, you know, conserve energy during the winter. That was a whole thing. The thing is, you know, again, as I said, all those making stuff resistant for the winter also would help with the summer, you know, if we just actually did shit for shade. But, you know, ironically, again, German cities are not that bad at that, because we are quite literally we have the greenest cities in all of Europe. There is quite literally, percentage-wise, no other country has as much trees and foliage inside of their city as Germany. It also helps that we don't really have, like, massive cities, but still, that's a win. Except Berlin. It's always fucking Berlin. Look, Berlin still has more trees on average than Europe. It's just, like, weirdly spread out. Like, Berlin has so much it's just fucking Berlin. We were there, you know? There were not that many trees in comparison to Hamburg.
So, the way I would describe it from my perspective is that Berlin's trees were very dispersed around the city. And then I think in Hamburg, it looked a lot like a lot of the tree and foliage was like concentrated in areas.
Yeah, we also just have more on the side of roads, like, you know, making alleyways and stuff. That's just a thing here.
Yeah.
That is, like, alleys are very popular here, but, like, you know, it's a good thing. We need more trees assigned on side of roads. Just saying. It's really useful. Anyway, it's just a thing. Where on average, we are doing pretty well. And then, okay, Ruben.
Yeah?
I'm sorry to say this, but holy shit, I think the funniest argument is when then people like come, oh, you know, homes in Britain are built for the winter. No, they're not.
No, they're just shit.
They're just shit.
But they are badly insulated. The amount of insulation schemes we have done is
it's zero.
And they're still they're built cheap, but then they're sold super expensive, and then you got fucking NIMBYs which increase the cost of everything.
It's like
fuck the NIMBYs. I fucking hate them.
It's so funny. In Germany, we had like long pushes about insulation and everything, and so our houses are now generally pretty good. In Britain, it's just like, it's just bricks. Bricks is exposed to the cold, and bricks exposed to the heat.
No, there are insulation, but there's also a lot of degree of older houses, which are tenements, which are difficult to insulate.
Oh, we did it
just
here
how
as well,
they were built as well. So,
and you know what? I think, you know what? I'm just going to be here, sweep in here. We also had a lot of old houses that were also insulated, but
not really, because they all got bombed.
Oh, you know what? We still have a lot.
Depends on where.
It depends really on where. Like, for example, if you go to southern Germany, like a lot of, like, for example, when you go from Stuttgart to Munich, like Bavaria and such, the Americans basically just rolled through that. There was not really fighting a lot. So most cities down there.
I mean, more in the cities where you actually have.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're like generally medieval buildings still there. Like, again, Speyer is, for example, there are still some parts of Speyer and such that are literally
like East Germany, North Germany, and Dortmund and stuff. Those were bombed.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Cologne also.
Yeah,
Cologne. I think there were a bunch of cities that were bombed, but there are also just a lot of, like, there are still a bunch of. You need to keep in mind, Germany doesn't have had like a lot of relevant cities, but we just have a fuck ton of cities. So there are also a bunch of cities, like for example Speyer, again, which was a medieval hub, and all those medieval streets and buildings are still there, and they're also insulated because we don't care. We did it anyway. Like, there's still a lot of old buildings that we still upgraded. So.
Oh, I love the army teleporting into Portugal and then losing all its organization and people because. Oh, this fucking game.
But yeah, in comparison, like,
you have teleporting armies. Interesting.
Yes, the teleporting armies still exist.
Damn.
It's not as common of a bug, and I haven't found a way to reproduce it yet reliably, but it's still a thing. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but basically, most British houses are, were more built during, I think, you also built a lot post-war, but also during, especially industrialization. You just, like, slammed them down. They actually,
Sorry,
like...
one sec.
Sure.
Oh, I can't ask for... Okay, that's fine. Do whatever you want.
You're trying to ask for?
I was going to ask to see if I could actually, like, conquer some territory as you're conquering Bali, but I don't think I can. Or at least I couldn't when I was looking at it.
There wouldn't have been anything to conquer because I'm annexing Bali, and Bali's the only one involved in the war.
Yeah. Oh well.
Just let me know when you want to move on when whoever wants to move on the Dutch East Indies, because all I want is the Sunda Islands.
Actually, why don't we all just fuck the Netherlands at once? Just, like, triple penetrate.
Depends on how much we like each other, and...
Because I can take Ghana. Agon, you can take...
Oh,
I want to...
We've become cold, Agonia.
So
we need to...
I just want to transfer the subject, like the rest of it. That's all I want.
Oh, you're still pushing deep into Russian territory now.
Still, yeah, but
Still need to reach Moscow, I guess. No, St. Petersburg.
I don't need to reach it. Those are not my war goals.
But yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I declared war on the Netherlands, but they just gave up. Okay.
It just gave it to you.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can't be of much help now. Sorry.
We just need to wait. That's all.
I think you could probably have a good chance of just taking it off them.
They say they will not accept.
Oh.
But yeah, let's see. Can I do subject stuff?
So Agonia, if we are going to get involved, if you want the war, I can give you that front line on the Dutch East Indies mainland.
What do you want?
Just wait for me to conquer Bali, and all I ask is for the Dutch East Indies Sunda Islands.
Sunda Islands. Those. Yeah, sure. Take them.
Yeah.
I can
just wait until I finish my war. Wait until I finish my war with Bali.
I will wait. I have a war with Russia going on. So.
Yeah.
We're all playing very American today, aren't we? / very Russian.
I wouldn't say so. There's no oil on the map yet, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
No, there's oil.
You got Wales, you got whaling, so there's oil.
Okay, there's whaling. Also, my private industry just decided. One company, by the way, just decided. You know what? I'm gonna build like 8 tobacco plantations in Spain.
Ooh. Nowhere
else, just in Spain.
I was just thinking, don't tell Donald Trump that about whaling, then he'll just kill all the whales. There's them oil in those whales. Oh.
Let's see, so that's 757. I'm reminded of subjects that I have not yet exempted from wars by the fact of them going bankrupt during one of my wars, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need you in my wars. You're just a small country that I have found use for existing. Also, by the way, I found shared canon, the thing for the cultural power block, useful for the sake of trying to catch up or speed run society tech. Because the base level gives you increased tech spreads for society, it's actually kind of useful for the sake of like doing the whole research to map and then let your tech spread lower the ceiling for like the tech tier level difference.
I hate the doggos.
Yeah, the dogs are like, I think
they wish for
yes.
pets.
I need to feed Ginger, but also I need to make sure that the war finishes.
Feeding the dog or finishing the war. It could be both.
War first. Who cares about doggos?
It's over soon. I just need to have a couple more ticks on the invasion.
Nationalist opera. Just sounds bad.
Oh no! Sometimes they can be entertaining in their own way. It's not a good story or anything like that. Ow! But you can have like Sometimes people can have humor.
Yeah.
Sometimes people can have humor. I guess. Hey, weirdly enough, I think something is a bit broken.
What? How?
So I wanted to annex Izochi slash
Mm-hmm.
and it was obvious no one would come in to help. They love me. They are loyal. They are the annexation's like in the lowest part they still started the war with no troops.
Yeah.
Annexation?
Yeah.
Yes, that always happens.
No, sometimes they just they did let themselves annex beforehand without problems.
No?
They did.
No, that was like there were rare situations where that would happen, especially if there was like a massive disparity between the master and subject. But more often than not, like they don't want to be annexed.
Obviously.
Like go into it expecting to have a annexation war. If you don't have an annexation war, then you're lucky and you're happy. And it is often enough, like it can happen often enough that like you can reasonably experience a free annexation every once in a while, but it's not common. Ginger is like backing away from me because like when she gets upset, she'll like whine while backing up, like, what are you doing? Why are you being this way? And then she does this funny thing where it's like she builds up for a big whine and then she just charges at me a little bit. It's very funny and cute.
I'd probably die.
Probably.
Yeah,
You know what?
Shit for the. Okay, that's a glitch.
What's a glitch?
Oh no, it'd be the types of ship. Oh, okay, that's a number. I thought it was like the number of ships. When it was the types of ships. Okay. So say like 4 ships aligned, though it's a navy of purely capital modern ironclads.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna go feed the dogs. So I'll be a couple minutes, or I'll be like 1 or 2 minutes. And then we can start talking Ducky Cindy's.
Okay.
Or whenever you're ready. After that. So be right back. Come on, Ginge.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
You're streaming.
Yeah,
You should save it.
I was about to say it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Not anymore.
Hello, Floyd Pinkerton. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're still waiting for Zeb to return from his dogs. Yeah. So far, oh boy, I feel like they... Oh god, I don't think I have honorable... Wait a second. I don't think I have honorable restoration available anymore.
Then you missed your... you either did it or you missed your time window.
Yeah, okay, but if I did it, look, the problem is I need to do it to establish Mitsubishi.
Well, then you're fucked. Didn't play well enough.
Okay. I wonder what happened there. Honestly, I don't know how you could even say trades are balanced, because that shit actually happened. To a large degree. Also, I think you wanted to, control Schleswig-Holstein for... Okay, listen, I need to beef a little bit, okay? There should be repercussions. Technically, people should hate you for it. That's a thing.
Yeah, but right now they're fixing up the AI because they broke it with the last big update.
Yeah, there is a bunch of stuff.
So maybe that will change.
The thing I want to say is, whoa, it took us a lot of time to get the Kiel Canal. But, okay, listen. Can I just point out that this is not even called Kiel Canal in Germany? It's called... it's literally called Nord-Ostsee Canal, so North Sea Baltic Sea Canal. Kiel isn't even like that close to it. It's just the closest big town. It's. I hate how the English called it like that. Pedantic, yes. Still makes me angry. Instant wars being there. Depends on the strait, but yeah. But yeah, the Kiel... Okay, look. The Kiel Canal is, over here. I've been there a few times, but I don't think it was, oh no, it does start in Kiel. I thought it started, up further north. You know what? Fuck it. Now I'm stupid. That is on me. It's still pretty impressive. But yeah, you finally have it in there. Jerry thought it was more north. Oh well. Anyway, I
would probably have finished my war. While Zeb is back.
I'm still thinking like what I could get as companies, but okay, that is funny. So I can create the Noda Shoyu Corporation Ltd.
Yeah.
Okay, and the prestige good is Kikkoman soy sauce.
Yes.
I think everyone has, right? Better assimilation, less mortality. Okay, so soy sauce literally lets you die less.
I mean, that's for if you want to play Imperialist Japan and conquer Qing.
Really? Yeah,
Basically.
right. Similar. No, right. Yeah, that's true. How we enjoy. I mean, we're streaming this game nearly basically every Friday since launch. So,
Very.
yeah, very.
It's not a hard thing unless you choose a very challenging start, but
We should do that when they fix that,
when they fixed it.
which is still taking a bit.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm Nia.
Yes. I noticed about the canals.
Yeah,
They are okay. They're a little. The problem is like they're they're all different. Every single canal is very, very different from the others because of geopolitical stuff, and so there's different purposes for each of them, and it's not very well represented. So yeah, it's basically impossible for them to get it perfect.
I mean, Suez Canal genuinely is like one of the main income sources for Egypt since it's built. Like, that's how valuable that thing is with tolls, and this is why people still pay them. I think it's more like the Straits, which, nowadays there are treaties on how straits are being used, except when you had like a perfectly fine strait that everyone used with no problem, and then a certain orange man decided, what if I just destroy all of that? There's a huge... you know what? At least this one is diverse. We only have 2 German people, 1 American, and an English bloke.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I don't know, maybe Germany is like literally the one... You need to keep in mind, okay? Like, nearly... Germany kind of lost nearly all of it, so we can just pretend like... Oh no, you know what? We can just... Yeah, look, Wiki 3 is a game about fixing numbers. Germans like fixing numbers. We can make perfectly run nations. This is our dream game. What? Why are you now revolting again?
Well, Korea got
Who's revolting? The Japanese?
Yes, the Japanese are revolting.
Did they got
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Did they got their teeth kicked in or what?
No? Anyway.
They're Japanese, not British.
Japanese are kind of like the British equivalent for Asia.
That is true.
Yeah.
Except I would say that they have a stronger culture game, comparatively. The Brits have a decent culture game.
I find them revolting at all.
I mean, you have Doctor Who, so...
Who likes Doctor Who?
You know what? That's
I don't know.
that's
Not me,
exactly
I don't
why
care.
I said it, because it had double meaning. Okay, so how are my fertilizer plants going? You are way too slow at picking up productions. Holy shit!
It's 1979. 1879. Yeah, builds the first fertilizer plant.
Oh no! I'm fertilizing. I poop all over my plants.
It took you long enough. You know?
I know. And what do you want to do about it?
Make more Chinese.
The breeding meta.
Yeah. I have the combined Qing food syndicate. It will breed a lot.
Why?
I came offering a trade deal.
Isn't that nice?
I'm offering to sell you my fertilizer.
You're transferring it without money.
Yeah, what?
No, a trade does involve money.
No,
Because
that
I
was
buy it from my market to sell it to you in your market for your
what?
trade deals can. They both cost and make money
I didn't.
based off of
Wait a second.
relative price.
I think Nya's confused.
You can make
It's just goods transfer.
Yes.
yeah.
But there's
you
none
have
on
to
my
buy-
end.
So?
You have to buy. So I buy the good off of my market, and then I sell it to you in your market.
Yeah. Zed was profiting off of this trade. You don't pay anything though, except influence, I think.
No, he's paying.
Yeah.
I'm so,
It's a fine trade for you if you want to fertilize.
it is useful.
Yeah, if you want, yes. What I get out of this is that it effectuates some of the demand that I have because I have a surplus. Usually, those kinds of trade deals where one side has a surplus and the other side has a deficit of the good, makes both sides money. Because I buy it from my market and sell it to you.
Okay. I think I slowly understand how that works.
I don't understand what's not to understand about this.
And someone is desync.
Probably.
So,
It's you again.
oh,
Since the update.
Should I resync again?
Yeah, try.
you try.
My game hasn't even registered until after you press resync that I'm not in sync.
And it
now
crashed. Everyone, I will just save, end my game, reload everything. Why is it crashing your game all the time?
I don't know. Lately, even my Paradox Crash Reporter is crashing.
Damn.
Let's see if it crashes this time.
It is crash prone, that is true. So
At
like,
least in,
And I've been
in multi-
dropped from the game.
yeah, I closed my game because it only works when I also restart.
Yeah.
I mean, multiplayer, it had roughly a year, where it worked perfectly.
Oh yeah, up until this patch, pretty good.
Yeah.
They'll probably fix it soon enough, but
I hope so, but like
this one,
this is
a bit rough.
Yeah, this patch.
At the very least, they have a baseline that they can work towards fixing because they were good. But that doesn't mean that they will get back to being where they were. It means that there's a decent chance that they will, but
even better. Who knows?
You never know.
But yeah, it's definitely very crash prone to the point where I'm like, oh wow.
Multiplayer right now, yeah. Single player, I hadn't have problems in a long time.
I've had one crash since the major update in single player, and that was more of I don't know if that was the game crashing or if something else caused the crash on my PC. I think it might have been my browser.
Okay, you can all try to rejoin. Yeah, the Great Wave really was one of those. They needed a month in the oven, at least more.
You could say that it caused a great wave in the multiplayer community for its stability.
Yeah.
And then lots of people complained about stuff that wasn't even a problem, instead of the things that are a problem.
But that's just PDX games in general.
Okay, fair.
Half the complaints on every single fucking update for the games that they develop is something nonsensical or stupid.
I mean, that happens in, like, every single fucking video game nowadays, and it's tiring.
I would say it's more with PDX games than other developers.
Yeah,
it's specifically bad.
Yeah. I'd say it definitely depends on who is it, but, like... Look, all I'm saying is, I've been, a few weeks ago... There was an uproar about a guy being bald in Battlefield 6.
Okay. Why?
Because... What? Yeah, okay. Okay, turns out it wasn't even anyone new. It was the existing operator. They just removed the helm and he was bald. And they showed that in the reveal trailer to Season 3. Yes, but you need to keep in mind... And people are like, it's not about him being bald, it's just... He looks like a superhero. Like, it's one of those specialists, and it's just like... It's a character, like, that has been all the time in the game. He just took his helmet off. You always...
You know what? This is a factual statement I'm going to make, and there's no one that is allowed to say that it's not true. People are just jealous because the bald operator looks good. Because live strong, my bald friends. I'm not bald myself, but I know a lot of bald people. Bald looks good.
Yeah, I know I pissed a lot of people off by just saying...
I would say that depends highly on your head shape.
Yeah.
How good being bald looks at you, but...
Yeah, but I pissed people off.
If you wear it with pride, it can look very good.
That's true.
Regardless of your head shape. Especially if you know if your hat game is on point.
Okay, fair, but at that point, are you really bald or just artificially haired?
That is actually a very fair question.
So the thing is, when you are wearing your baldness with pride, it means that you are actually still caring for your scalp, because bald people have to care for their scalp more than people who have hair.
Yeah,
and that includes bald people who wear hats.
In terms of sun protection, at the very least, yes.
Yeah, sun protection and skin quality. Like with the very small population number of people who go bald in their early to middle ages, and people who have skin that don't need moisturizers, and like who don't need a facial skincare routine, the combination of those people is not extremely high.
No.
demographics wise.
Generally, just the people with good skin genetics is extremely small.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we have Instagram filters.
Yeah. And like,
Yep.
but yeah, the funny part was I generally could piss off some people by just saying, hey, if being bald gives you that much aura, better get shaving, guys. And there were enough people who just joined because it was very obviously dumb. But it's still kind of amazing how some people pulled it's a slippery slope. First they add bald people, and then and then what? Bald people, the first step towards worse. It's so dumb.
Maybe they're just afraid of going bald and not being able to wear it with pride.
Yeah, like, look...
Better solution. Mm-hmm. Going bald and shaving your head and keeping it shaven is the best way to keep yourself from catching wokeness. Because you can't get your hair turned blue.
I guess you could convince them.
See? Flawless logic there. Flawless.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
If you have no hair, your hair can't be blue.
Well, at that point, we would need to introduce them to electrolysis.
Electric,
hair removal.
Hair removal, yeah.
Because you have still eyelashes, eyebrows, and several other parts of your body that potentially, probably, have hair.
Beards.
That could turn blue.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Our eyelash hairs, like, are they able to dye with the standard dyeing practices?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can dye them, yes.
Yeah, you can.
I think you kind of
you know what?
blinding yourself, though.
And you have to be very careful.
Actually, no. The times that I've seen people with colored eyelashes, those eyelashes generally were false ones.
Generally, most people with colored eyelashes are either, as you said, fake or painted.
Yeah.
Is everybody else stuck on trying initializing game or?
Yeah, we're stuck.
I keep getting booted to the main menu.
Then I kick you all again, and you can try again. We'll see.
My singular complaint with my okay, not singular, I've had other complaints, but my largest complaint with this patch is definitely lobby joining.
Yeah.
Multiplayer stability, basically.
Yeah. I mean, well, so even multiplayer stability, having the crashes isn't the worst part, it's the rejoining.
Yeah.
That the rejoining being problematic and difficult.
And slow.
But yeah, in general, I would say they need to fix a bunch of stuff about the performance right now. But yeah, by the way, if you want to know how this whole thing ended with the whole, oh no, this is a slippery slope and people will now use the cool skin all the time in the game.
Mm-hmm.
No one is talking about it anymore since the season is out, and no one is really using it, even though it is, from what I remember, a free unlock early in the Battle Pass. I think that you get the Battle Pass, and you get it, so, people have it. I have it, I think, so... something is not working out there,
Yeah.
So it is very, very funny in that regard. But yeah, it was generally always coming back to the whole, he's bald, and I'm just like, God.
I don't know what their problem is.
Look, there's this...
what kind of people are those, even?
Look, here's the thing. There was this fear that there is this quote-unquote fear around making skins that are, off.
To hero shooter?
Basically, that look off. That's look, Call of Duty was also spammed full with skins where, you wear a pigeon or a rat or cell-shaded, that stuff.
Mm.
And a lot of people were rightfully pretty pissed about that because, you know,
Call of Duty does not have the art style to support it, yeah.
yeah, but also just the general, you know, guns became more wacky with skins, etc. that people just kind of got sick of, and I get that. Like, I do it too, but like, it's not that a bunch of people just generally got too fucking paranoid about that because, like, on one hand, you have like literally quote-unquote NATO countries using mostly NATO equipment. On the other hand, you have techs, which is people are like, oh, but they look more like people who use tactical stuff from Airsoft. And like, yeah, they're PMC. They look visually distinct. They both have different visual styles and how their skins look. Oh no. Like, cool, they went for one faction being tactical. The horrors. The absolute horrors.
I'm not sure if I'm able to rejoin. Like, I restarted my game several times now.
Mm-hmm.
I also think I'm probably going to call it a day. Yeah,
Okay,
which
then. It's shortly
might
before
line up
1.
really well.
Yeah, I get you.
And see you around. Then this was it for Wiki 3 today. Hopefully next week.
Let's Ruben
Yeah.
go to sleep.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Ruben,
Bye.
I-
Question: do we three still want to do something?
I have time. Step, you had a long day, right?
The long day at the Long Day
Yeah.
Factory.
I'm probably fine to go a little bit longer.
What would you both be interested in?
Good question.
Last time we played Payday 2. Before that, we did Risk of Rain 2.
Lots of 2s.
Yeah.
Should we
Vermintide
do
2.
Vermintide 2?
Yes,
We haven't done Vermintide 2 in a while.
That's true.
that's true. Is the event still going? I wonder.
They rebalance weapon classes. Not
With
everyone.
the weapon in general.
The Skulls event goes until the 31st.
You know what? Should we just kill some rats?
Sure.
Yeah, can we kill the rats, please? They're kind of infesting the city, and it's annoying.
The cities even. Oh well. Okay, everyone. Then this was Wiki 3. We'll see you all in a second. Thanks for tuning in.
For those of you who are not sticking with us through Vermintide 2, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.